Hi, Dr. Paul Haider here. What is being masculine? You know, in this day and age, we see a lot of people, they have big muscles, and look sexy, and everybody thinks, oh, well, that's being a masculine person. Back through history, that was just not really truly being masculine. You know, George Washington was thought of as being a true stand-up kind of man and true powerful man, and he was just a diminutive person. In fact, he didn't have teeth, he had wooden teeth, but he had great truth, and he stood up for what he believed in and did what he felt was right, and that's really important. And if we go back into the Greek times and before that, and for thousands of years, being masculine was, being there for your family, doing what was right, being truthful at all times, going to work and doing what you needed to do, even though it was drudgery, to put food on the table for the kids and the wife, and doing things that were not always fun, you know what I mean? Sometimes back through history, what we worked at was just plain hard labor. But it was those people who were always in the light of their own heart. Those people who came from their heart and connected with the God within, who was thought of as being masculine and being there for their family all the time. And studies show that for fathers, it's just really important that they just show up, and because it makes a huge difference in their children. And that's very important. Children need their fathers. And I think in this day and age we've kind of gotten lost as to what masculine is. I've known some really feminine men who were very masculine because they were powerful inside. Think of Gandhi. I mean, the Gandhi was a very small built little man, but he was very powerful. Now there's a masculine man. And if we really think about it, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he was a very diminutive man as far as, being strong-muscled or anything like that, but he was powerful inside with his heart. His heart was amazingly powerful. And that's where true masculine power, through feminine power, through anything power comes from, is from our heart. And when we start to connect with that heart, connect to that God within, and we connect to that light within, that's really important. I think it was Plato that said, we can forgive the child which is afraid of the dark, but it's really terrible when there are men who are afraid of the light. And that's really true. I think we need to allow ourselves to embrace the light, embrace our own truths deep within. Now, I've been teaching meditation for, years and years now, and I find a lot of people are afraid to meditate just because they're afraid of what they might find inside. And that's kind of sad, because we're here to explore our own truths deep down inside. It's not outer space we need to explore, and not the deep oceans we need to explore. We need to go inside. And when we find that which is deep inside of us, then we will have arrived. There's an old story about finding peace, and it goes back to mythology and Zeus, and it was said that Zeus gave peace to one of his underlings, and he said, put this somewhere where they will never find it until they really, really, need it, and they finally have arrived and they know what to do with it. And so the underling went out there and put the peace somewhere, and then all the people were looking for peace. I'm looking for peace. Was it in here? Was it in there? Was it in, at work? Was it with my spouse? Or was it with, being out in nature? and nobody could find it. And then Zeus brought back the underling, and said, "Where'd you put that?" He said, "I put it where they'll never look. I put it in their heart." Yeah. True peace, true connection to God, true connection to who we are deep down inside is always in our heart. And when we connect with that, nothing is more powerful than that. Nothing is more masculine than that. Nothing is more feminine than that, in fact. And we can change the world. We can change everything at that point. You know, Christ changed it. Ramana, Maharishi, Divine Mother Amma, Buddha, Sai Baba, and lots more. They changed everything. And these people were not super muscled or anything. They stood for something. They stood for love. And when we can finally connect to that great love deep down inside, which is where we hide it, in our heart, but we forget to go looking in that place, then we will have arrived at a true place of masculinity, when we can love without limits. There's no doubt about it. I love you.